Hello and welcome to my VOD review. It's on 121 Lakes, and it's gonna be Luxador versus Cymanti, and we'll see how it goes. He goes for the one farm opening, not getting any soldiers, and he does quite a risky move here, which I wouldn't suggest, is moving your Gami right in place. It works if like a soldier, like my warrior's right here. If I went forward to hit it, then it would be converted. But then I would be able to kill it. And this shaman is essential to the gameplay. And so I did just a 2 warrior opening because I knew it was Cymante just by the planes. So I knew that I had to get riding and get riding fast since they counter the little bugs. And so that's what I did. I got riding and a rider turn 2. And as you'll soon see, they'll do the same. I got my second city, didn't get any tech. So I wasn't going for eco, I was just going for fast combat. And see, they got riding and they got hexapods. So riders counter hexapods. I was able to get a second rider. And I knew from that, from my perspective, all I saw was he moved a rider there and then it got boosted. So I was thinking that his shaman was right here. I was able to hit him, go over here, avoid being converted by the shaman. That's important. Get another rider, that gets some sailing because I want to connect these with ports. And I got his shaman. I was able to also cancel 3 stars or so with this unit, and that's why I left it there. There wasn't much way for me to escape. I could go here. That would be possible, but then it would just be killed anyways, and this denies the same amount as that same rider. And I upgraded this early. Yes, it's just +1 star, and that does annoy me. But this time I allowed it to happen. I have these riders right outside of his vision, and also ready to attack on this city, or even this city if I get roads eventually. I was able to attack and kill this guy, get some much needed vision of his capital. And also back here, which will be essential to further plays, is a lot of times attacking you have to know what your defenders can do and what they can't. Yes, that sacrificed a warrior, a rider for a warrior, but it got it got a lot of vision, and that was very important. Yes, he did get some farm there, but I wasn't planning on going to the late game anyways. I did advance this a little bit, but then I was able to get 6, 7, 8 stars of econ for 0 payback, and he trades this hexapod for 2 health, and that's just another +1. I don't think my opponent is too good. He is just like 1200 elo rated, which is not too hard. And usually with Cymanti going against like bots and the like, you can just get a hexapod, well, a giant, their giant. The name will come to me. But I decided to go for the eco early on and get stars, and just spam riders with roads. I don't have roads yet, but I will. And then I got this one dead, but that's just a 5 health, and then I can just attack whatever kills it since nothing is boosted. I was able to get roads because that gets me 6 stars. Yes. And I was thinking of this like blocking that unit, but I forgot that they have creep, which is unfortunate. But he can unsiege this and kill this with these 2 hexapods. But he's spending all his resources on hexapods and trying to defend while I'm doing the opposite. They do a wise thing of getting some warriors here that can't be just killed by riders in 1 hit. But getting one here is a little ambitious. I suppose that I did have to spend some roads on that, but those will be useful in the future. I was able to do this with the poisoned one. Since poisoned, it takes them an extra turn to heal, and so even though that was a 10 health rider, I felt like it was worth it over like a 5 or 6 health that weren't poisoned, since it's easier for them to heal. I was able to get 1 giant, and as you'll soon see, I'll get another giant here, and then I'll just advance with those. I was able to find a ruin over here, which is good, and there's a ruin here I just forget about. It's a live game, so I do make quite a bit of mistakes. But yeah, I was able to get a giant and move things right outside the range of this walking forward and hitting anything. Get some free warrior kills, because they're not playing defensive like they should be. And I have these in position for this one to go here, and this one to go there. Don't worry, eventually I'll have like a marking system like Justini does, because I really like his videos and he's pretty good at it, but for now I do not. Sacrifice his warrior for that. There's not much you can do other than try to hexbot spam to kill a giant, but I already have 2 at his doorstep, and it felt like out of nowhere from his perspective. This is all he can see, and he's like, 2 giants, no! All he hopes for is a Cymanti. Yes, I mean a centipede chain. If he get a centipede big enough, then hopefully I'll spend my units on that, and he'll be able to take back the whole game. But all I have to do is just space it correctly and have my riders in preparation, and kill the head if necessary. He was also low on time, so I understand not making full use of the units. But yeah, this double siege with 2 giants is pretty brutal. He's hoping to unsiege this or even giant push, which we'll see happens. But this giant has 20 health. It's like a veteran warrior and a veteran swordsman, I mean. And that is not too easy and not too hard to kill. I need like 1 or maybe even just 2 riders to kill it with a giant. I was able to get another one just to cement the victory. He was getting a giant here next turn, as we see from his perspective, because this is 3, 4, 5, if he could get there eventually, if he could hold on to it, but there's not much for that. And then there's just some simple domination with Riders Roads, and with Luxador I was able to spam a lot more units since there was more availability in my capital at the start. He was just barely unable to finish it. He also had the Gate of Power, and so he was so close. I think he was 1 away. Yeah, he had 2 stars. If he had 1 more star, 1 more forest to cut down, he could... Wait, no, never mind. Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah, he was so close to killing it. It was 3 health. It was just barely. But yeah, that's how you dominate with some Riders and Roads against Cymanti.